Um, Today I thought I'd share a quick live update on what's going on with my garden. I've always been a container gardener, and this is my first year growing in ground, and definitely I have a lot of struggles. I think a lot of times it's easy for us to post our successes as gardeners, but there are real issues, there are real struggles that we go through every day. So I'll just show us a quick, give us a quick tour of my plants so far, and then talk about the struggles that I'm facing. So here is my lemongrass, and I have here some peppers. They're really struggling to kind of take off. I know that peppers are generally slow to pick up, but these ones are like struggling extra hard, and there's a lot of sunburn on them. I guess I didn't harden them enough before bringing them out. And here I have Turkish garden eggs. As you can see, they're still also struggling with sunburn and some insect issues too, which I've been dealing with. And so this is it for the Turkish garden eggs. And I have here bitter leaf, which is called the Vernonia amygdalina. That's the botanical name. I have a pepper here called sweet heat variety. And here we have strawberry, more of bitter leaf. And I have a Malabar spinach here. And we can still see some struggles with sunburn and insect bites mixed together. And here we have what's it called again? Cuca melon is a type of a melon that looks like baby watermelons, maybe like in the cucumber family, something like that. And then over here I have the main plants, I would say. And this is a white garden egg, and this is where I'm having the most struggles. There are ants that live here and they keep coming after these things. I keep spraying insecticides and all that, but it's a non-stop battle. I'm not giving up. At this point, it's not just the rabbits that I'm dealing with, but it was when I was growing in the container garden, like my containers and plant pots, it's easier to manage what happens to the plants. And another thing I'm also dealing with here is lots of weeds. I just weeded them the other day. It was just like basically covered up. So I think so far I would say that I prefer container gardening to growing in ground. But who knows? I might change my mind later. So here are some more peppers. And this pepper is actually kind of forming fruits, which is a bit of encouragement for me after the struggle thus far. I have some sweet bitter leaf here, and these ones seem to be doing great. The rabbits have not touched them, so hopefully it's too bitter for them. I still have some more peppers that are struggling over here, baby peppers. And I will say thus far, the one that the rabbit has not touched and seems to be doing really well regardless of everything going on is the tomatoes. They have been doing pretty well. Some of them have started putting out flowers. So this is where I am. I had planted some tiger nuts, put them in containers, but for some reason the rabbits kept digging them up and all that. Rabbits, chipmunks, and the squirrels. So I ended up having to put them in my garage. I still have some other plants that I need to put in the ground, but I'm really struggling with a little bit of discouragement. But I'm not giving up. I'm just telling myself, this year is an experiment of growing in the ground. So I'm looking forward to next year, maybe making it a raised garden bed so that I can deal with the rabbits and all those bigger creatures, and hopefully maybe have those ants under control. So I still have here some okra plants that I hoped to transplant, but as you can see, still struggling with different insects and all that. They are mostly ants eating them up. So part of me is saying, if you put this in the ground, the ants are not even going to let it thrive. So I'm still contemplating on whether I should grow them in containers this year, but I don't know if I'll be able to get them to fruit before the weather changes. And then here I still have I don't know if you can see, this is bitter leaf cuttings that I have, regular bitter leaf, and you see here there are tons of insects. I don't know what they are. I think they're all these moth, white moth. They keep laying eggs everywhere, so I'm gonna spray them, and maybe in another video I'm gonna show us the insecticide that I use to deal with every kind of pest. So when it comes to the insects that are disturbing me, I'm not too bothered. What I am worried about is the rabbits, because they're kind of too big and I wouldn't have the heart to kind of, you know, deal with them in a tougher way. So I'm still contemplating like what's the best way for me to get rid of them and all that. But for the aphids and caterpillars, all those things, I got them covered. So just in case you don't know, you always have to be careful. Watch your plants every single day. Like if you look at under the leaves, and even if you don't see under every leaf, but you can be able to tell when you're about to get an infestation of something, and that way you can spray whatever you need to spray. I know some people prefer to do organic, but the one I use is mostly somewhere it's kind of organic according to what the makers say they like. I can spray it today on my leaves, let's say kale, and the very next day I can harvest and eat. I think these ones are bok choy or something, and they're the ones that are pretty much doing very well. I'm gonna harvest some of them today for a quick stir fry for breakfast. And so that is it. I have an extra tomato plant here. I didn't have the space, but I keep watching it and it's doing very well. So maybe I'll just find somewhere and chuck it in the ground. And then here I have bitter scent leaf here. So this one has been indoors all through winter, and it's been struggling to pick up, but I'm glad that it's forming new sprouts or buds. So hopefully it becomes a bigger plant and I can put it indoors again. It's kind of very hard to sprout the scent leaves for some reason. So this is just an update on how things are going with me. So if you are someone that has been growing in ground and you have some tips that I can use to overcome these struggles, I would really appreciate your sharing in the comment section. And also, I didn't even really do anything much with regards to enriching the soil. As I showed in my earlier video, we just moved over to this new place, and we just barely managed to get the background cleared up, and so I didn't have time to start talking about am I putting fresh soil on the ground and all that. So if you have any tips for me as someone that is used to growing in the ground, maybe how to enrich my soil better, and maybe how to deal with rabbits or whatever. I'm still doing my research, but I would appreciate. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.